Ladies and gentlemen, the official no-budget film contest has now drawn to a close, and with 16 entries submitted, I'd say we had a pretty good run. A sincere thank you to everyone who participated. You got out there and you made something with your own two hands, carrying on the spirit of no-budget films. You've done me proud, each and every one of you. Every single submission was a joy to watch and proved to me that the next generation of no-budget filmmakers is going strong. Heck, maybe some of you will graduate to yes-budget filmmakers one of these days. I don't doubt it at all. Now, without further ado, I shall reveal my top 3 picks of which films wowed me the most and earned you some very special prizes. Number 3. Dinosaur Hunt by Pizza Splatter the Kaiju King. Wow, really like this one, man. The premise is a very familiar one, with a mad scientist creating some unholy abomination that gets on the loose and must be taken down with the power of Nerf guns. Where have I seen that before? This is definitely right at home with my style of filmmaking, and it was cool to see it paying homage to that. The main protagonists are the Encrypted Hunters.
It's Cryptid Hunter action.
And these two are actually pretty fun characters. You gotta love their entertaining lines of dialogue.
Maybe I can use my lightsaber. Oh yeah, sure, you can even use the Force.
It's these goofy little moments that make them a bit more than just a generic guy being chased by a dinosaur, you know? And of course, who could forget Professor Ahuja, a scientific genius with the expertise to bring dinosaurs back to life, but apparently not the expertise to tell apart two completely different species.
That's a very strange Triceratops.
I love it. He's like a cartoon character. The film as a whole clearly has a great deal of effort and care put into it, with actual sets and props and costumes. Some better than others.
Can you please take off the Vader mask?
Sorry.
The camera work is not half bad, making use of some good framing and focus, even a few shallow depth of field shots in there. I love shallow depth of field shots. Now let's talk about the dinosaur itself. Looks like we've got a hand puppet that goes as far as the neck. No arms or anything past that, but Pizza Splatter doesn't let that stop him. Whoa, Well, most of the dinosaur shots look pretty good, especially in this forest scene where the lighting and color is just gorgeous. Ooh, look at that slow motion. Beautiful. But actually, throughout the film's 16-minute runtime, the dinosaur isn't shown all that much. Its presence is felt more through the human characters planning how to deal with it, which I think works in the film's favor because A, the humans are actually fun, and B, it adds more impact when the creature is shown on screen. Needless to say, I found the whole thing very entertaining, and every minute of it kept me engaged. I was never bored. I like seeing a film like this that just wants to have fun and not take itself too seriously, the philosophy I tend to employ in my own work. Okay, maybe sometimes you guys had a little too much fun.
Dude, put that thing away! They're like children here!
But I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see that. Congratulations on landing the number 3 spot. You should be proud of what you've created. Mostly. Coming in at number 2 is... Godzilla vs. Biollante by the Mad Mothra. Hey, if you know me, I'm a sucker for all things kaiju. So the concept of pitting two giant monsters against each other in a barren valley under a starlit sky is never not gonna be a win for me. And doing it in stop motion with beautifully designed LEGO creations built using Bionicle and Hero Factory parts? Dude, that's incredible. It warms my heart to see this discontinued building system still known and loved by talented online creators. It was a huge part of my childhood alongside Godzilla, so to see them combined like this is really cool and nostalgic for me. It gives the monsters a lot of extra possibilities with characterization and expressiveness. Man, that expressiveness. That really elevate the creative potential of what you can do. And this film follows through with some brilliant animation work that's smooth as butter, so well paced and lively. Every feature of the models is used to its fullest. I mean, look at the way those vines move. The way Godzilla grabs them with his hands and chomps down with his mouth. Also the fact that they are made of many pieces lets you do stuff like this, and this, which the film took full advantage of. Not every shot is stop motion, as there are also some live action moments mixed in, but they're executed well, appearing in slower sequences like this one, and even utilizing some nice puppeteering techniques. All of it is edited brilliantly, chroma keying and CG backgrounds galore, tied together with some really satisfying sound design. I mean, just listen to this. Need I say more? The Mad Mothra packs his work full of detail, and the effort put in really shows. Watching this video, I felt like I wanted it to never end. Entertaining is an understatement. I love his style that manages to combine cartoony slapstick humor with legitimately epic action. The inventiveness of every shot always kept me guessing. Like, how did he do this? And this? All I can say is, well done. You've really impressed me with this one, and I hope to see you continue your craft. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Which amazing creation has earned the distinction of winning first place in the no-budget film contest? That, my friends, is an honor that goes to... The One Who Is Many by Great White Shark Films. Of all the submissions I received, this one just hits different. Simply put, it is a work of art. No dialogue, no sound effects, almost no characters. Just raw, unadulterated atmosphere. It's amazing just how powerful the right song, combined with the right colors and imagery, no matter how simple, can be. The One Who Is Many is able to tell a grim, intense cosmic horror story without straight up telling the audience what's going on. Instead, the viewer is left to interpret the imagery and work out all the little details for themselves, with only a disembodied text narrator providing the limited perspective of mission control back on Earth. Indeed, this is a story taking place in outer space, where humanity makes a horrifying discovery. A space probe detects a strange anomaly inside of Jupiter, which we see growing larger and larger, forming a powerful gravity well that begins to eat the gas giant from the inside out. And that image alone is already pretty terrifying. I mean, given the sheer size of Jupiter, that's Earth right there. This should clue you in that we're dealing with a threat that's beyond apocalyptic. Jupiter slowly begins to take on this shape, which might look familiar to you outer space enthusiasts. But of course, this is no run-of-the-mill black hole. Instead, it's Ghidorah, everyone's favorite world-destroying space monster. And man, what a visual that is. This looks like it could be a painting or something, but as it turns out, it's just good old practical effects. It's striking how much this thing resembles the Pillars of Creation, a real region of the Eagle Nebula. I wonder if it served as inspiration. So many amazing images I could talk about in this film. The utter blackness of space, devoid of any stars, so cold and empty. And this trippy light show, The Heart of the Anomaly, reminds me of my days studying experimental film in college. I would definitely say this film is pretty experimental, avant-garde even. It's just so different and intensely visual, you can't help but be fascinated by it for every second of its 9-minute runtime. The ending is also amazing, as the previously empty void of outer space suddenly becomes filled with the brilliant glow of many millions of stars, only they aren't stars at all. Congratulations, Great White. You've created a remarkable film that was expertly crafted, utterly intriguing, and straight up mesmerizing. I couldn't not give you first place. And there you have it, folks. These are my official picks for the... Wait, hold the phone. I'm receiving word that one of our winners doesn't want the prize? What madness is this? You'd want to miss out on these babies? Well, alright then. But now what am I gonna do with the third puppet? Ladies and gentlemen, in an unexpected turn of events, we now have a number 4 spot contending for a prize. And who would it be but DSI Studios, with his action-packed puppet production, Unfossilized. If Pizza Splatter's Dinosaur Hunt was a tribute to Top Predators, then this one most certainly pays homage to Dinosaur Attack, with a similar plot revolving around a kid being chased around the neighborhood by the ugly results of a dinosaur experiment gone wrong. However, Unfossilized expands on the concept by having not one, not two, but a whole horde of dinosaurs on the rampage. We're talking Triceratops, my boy Ceratosaurus, Dilophosaurus, raptors, and even this angry murder turkey. So it's kind of like an even more extreme version of Dinosaur Attack, which I thought was a fun take on the idea. Maybe I would have tried something like this myself if I had more puppets back in 2011, and certainly if I had a Ceratosaurus I would have used it. I'm quite sure DSI knows how much I like the Cerato, so good move on his part casting it as the main antagonist. It's like peering into an alternate timeline. In terms of craftsmanship, Unfossilized hits the mark with some decent editing, particularly the sound design of the creatures. The standout being the Dilophosaurus sporting sound effects from when dinosaurs roamed America. I will never stop loving that roar. Visually, the film looks pretty good, with bright lighting, a mostly focused camera lens, and some nice use of angles. And if I'm not mistaken, DSI seems to have shot most of this all on his own without so much as a cameraman. So I gotta give him props for pulling off all these fairly sophisticated scenes unassisted. I had fun watching this. It's a charming film that's chaotic in a good way. It's exactly the type of thing I always love to make, and it makes me happy to see others trying their hand at this style. It's not perfect, as it does struggle with audio levels a bit, and the composite shots do seem to be pushing DSI's editing capabilities. But it's nothing that can't be looked past. If anything, it just adds to the charm. I'm glad I got to give Unfossilized its spotlight. Honestly, had a pretty hard time choosing between this and Dinosaur Hunt for the number 3 spot. Also, I love how there's a character called Nathan, who of course dies. Well played, sir. I'd have it no other way.
Failure is your destiny.
So congratulations, you four. You did it. I'll be in touch to discuss your prizes, which will be allocated as follows. Though I'm not sure whether Great White wanted that voice cameo or not. Oh, I'm sure we'll figure it out. Now to all of you watching, don't forget to check out these 4 channels for more great stuff like what you've seen today. It'll be well worth your time. Thank you very much for watching, and keep on no-budget filmmaking. And the composite shots do seem to be pushing DSI's editing capability. That's like a f***ing tongue twister.